Welcome to Honest Whispers Preview for Sale. On this video, I'll be previewing Ame-Comi Heroine Series 1 Harley Quinn minifigure. This was released by DC Direct back in 2010. She's approximately 6 inches tall, and I'm going to go over 6 different categories to preview this. And I'm doing a preview rather than a full review because I just sold this. And first category is design, which pretty much covers the look, the pose, and the concept. As far as the concept and the look goes, like all Ame-Comi figures, they have been redesigned. So they do have a new look. And as far as the pose goes, I definitely like this pose of Harley. She kind of has her legs crossed and she's hiding a mallet, like a small mallet behind her head. So it kind of adds to that playful, sexy, and cute look to it. And as you can see, her costume's a bit more extravagant compared to her just a normal red and black bodysuit that she wears. So you could see like the checkered socks and gloves. So definitely a lot more going on here as far as her costume looks more like a jester or a classic Harley Quinn rather than the way she looks in the comics. And that's why for the design, to be unbiased with this look, since I usually like the traditional look better, I would go with a perfect 10 out of 10. Next category is sculpting. Pretty much covers the details, the quality of the sculpt or molding, and the execution. And as you can see, just all the details throughout her costume, definitely nicely done. Even for a figure this size at 6 inches tall, really has a lot of small little details, as I shown in the glove and even her boots. Although her costume is pretty simple, but you still have some areas here, especially like the way her, I guess like her jester hat is folded up and has that natural, realistic look to it. Other than that, I mean, the body proportions, everything from head, arms, breasts, waist, hip, legs, and even feet are all nicely proportioned. And when I look closely for any kind of molding issues, the quality or the consistency to the mold is really good. So I haven't seen any flaws, any weird bumps or anything like that. So at least from what I can see through the box, it looks like a perfect sculpt. And that's why I give the sculpting score a perfect 10 out of 10. Next category is colors. Pretty much covers the accuracy of the color, quality of the paint, and quality of the paint application. And as I was showing from the details, I mean, you could see a lot of these small lines, a lot of these like that diamond checkered type pattern, really well done. So it's just every part of it, I mean, it's really hard to see any kind of flaws at all. Now, even at a very close look, I don't see much bleeding going on. The red actually has a nice gloss to it, while the black has a bit of a matte finish. So that also adds to this kind of a dynamic look or a high quality look to it. Even at closer look, there are maybe some slight flaws here and there. For instance, you could see a bit of a squiggly line right there on the black where her thighs are. And then maybe slight bleeding here with the red paint. Or at least not bleeding, but then it's just kind of over the border. So very minor flaws, something you really have to look closely at. Again, when you look at it from a distance, it's really hard to tell and almost looks like a perfect paint job. And going at the socks, same thing like the gloves. For all those little diamonds, really not much flaws at all. All the lines are nicely in its border. And that's why for the color score, I give it a near perfect 9 out of 10. Next category is packaging. Packaging pretty much covers the design, the look, and the functionality. And as you can see, this is a simple window box packaging. It does have this little hook for stores to display it on or hanging by, which also works great for collectors. So if you had a pin on the wall, you could definitely display these against the wall as well. And since it's flat against the box, it won't tilt or anything like that. So definitely overall nice design and functionality. And as far as the look goes, just the way the layout is, what the name, where the name is, the color, it's very consistent with all the other figures. You have a sample here with different angles, and of course on the back they're all individualized. So if you had a Harley, not a Harley, but if you had a Poison Ivy one, she would be the main display, and then it'll have Harley as kind of the preview for the other figures in the series. So definitely nice as far as the overall layout and the design goes. And that's why for the packaging, I give it a perfect 10 out of 10. Next category is value. Pretty much covers the suggested retail price versus the quality, suggested retail price versus the aftermarket price, and of course suggested retail or aftermarket versus the quality. And for the quality of a figure this small, it's definitely up there and one of the best, especially out of DC Direct. Now each figure, they do vary depending on, figure by figure, they do vary as far as maybe sculpt quality, or at least the mold quality, and also the paint quality. I usually pick out the best looking ones when I'm out there buying these in a store. And of course, secondary would be the condition of the box as well. So when I originally bought this around 2010, these were retailed at around $10. I just sold this for about $26, so about 150% over its value. For something that's 9 years old, that's actually not bad. And believe it or not, even on sites like eBay, there's a lot of these figures that's listed at an even higher price. So you're gonna be averaging about $35, which includes shipping and possibly tax, just to buy one of these brand new. So definitely the aftermarket value is there, and that's why I give the value score a very high 8 out of 10. Final categories overall pretty much accumulates the 5 prior categories: design, sculpting, colors, packaging, and value. And this one, again, I have to mention the size, because sometimes something this small just doesn't turn out in such high quality. And that's why for me, this one's definitely up there. Just the way she looks, even though it's redesigned, you still get the main look of Harley Quinn, especially the way her bodysuit looks. And you just have that Harley Quinn jester theme to it. So even though it's completely redesigned, it still has that classic look to it. So I think that's one of the reasons why there's a high demand for it. And of course, there's a lot more fans of Harley Quinn nowadays than there were even 9-10 years ago. So definitely the aftermarket is there, especially for the minifigures that's been released. This is one of the highest. So the way she looks, the quality of the paint and sculpt, everything's up there. And that's why I give the overall score a near perfect 9 out of 10. So to recap, design, 10 out of 10. Sculpting, 10 out of 10. Colors, 9 out of 10. Packaging, 10 out of 10. Value, 8 out of 10. And overall, 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Until next time, continue reading the King James Version Bible and eat your vitamin C's daily.